Hello and welcome back to this new video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Jango Fett helmet completely out of cardboard. Now before I start this video, I just want to quickly point out that the dome technique I will be using in this video was not created by me. It was made by RGR Productions, so go check out his channel. He has a lot of awesome videos about how to make cardboard helmets, so I just wanted to mention that before this video starts. So the first thing I did was I created a 26-inch strip of cardboard. Now, I didn't have a long enough piece of cardboard, so I just made a few strips, and eventually it did come out as 26 inches. Just measured like, I don't know, 13 inches and glued them together. And to make this strip a little bit stronger, I glued in some supports in the middle to keep it from bending while I glued on the faceplate. Now for the visor, I made a template myself. Just look at a reference image of Jango Fett's helmet and just make a shape that looks like the visor. And once I trace that, you want to trace it out 2 times. So trace it out on the right side and flip it over and trace it on the left side. And once you're finished with that, bend the piece to that it can shape around the dome. And once you do that, you just want to put some glue onto the top of the visor and glue it on. You shouldn't glue it on in one piece, just do first like the middle and then the sides.
So what I just did was I glued on the visor onto the dome piece, and I glued on these reinforcements to make the helmet a bit stronger so it doesn't collapse. And now what I'm going to show you is how to make these cheek pieces right here. So I'll show you that right now.
Now these inner cheek pieces are pretty hard to make, but what I did was I held up a piece of cardboard to the inside of the helmet cheek piece and I traced that shape out, and after that I draw the outer shape of the cheek piece. It's really hard to explain, but we'll get there eventually. And after you do that, you want to make the inner cheek piece of the face, so the cheek plate, and just glue that on and do that twice.
So I just made the inner cheek pieces right here, and then now I'm going to fill in the back, and after that's done I'm going to show you how to make some of the ear pieces on the side. So I'll show you that right now.
So for the back, you just want to take a big piece of cardboard and glue it onto the back. Now these Mandalorian helmets have a shape on the back, like it curves up to the back and then goes down again to the other side. So look at some reference images again and just try and trace out that shape so it like curves up to the back of the helmet.
So I just glued on this back piece, and now what I'm going to do is cut a hole in one side of the helmet so I can put build the rangefinder here so that it can actually like move down. And after that I'm going to be making a detail right here. It's like this rectangle cut out of here and with some detail pieces. Just look at some reference images and yeah, you'll see what I mean. And I need to glue a strip from here to like all the way around here and make the detail pieces on the edges. So I'm going to do that now.
So for that back piece I was talking about earlier, just want to trace out a rectangle and cut out that rectangle. And on the inside of the helmet, you just want to glue on another piece of cardboard so it fills in that hole again. So it like has this, it's like an inside detail piece. It's kind of hard to explain. And once you do that, you just want to make some detail pieces out of cereal box cardboard. They're like these rectangles, but they have this little rectangle cut out in the middle.
So what I just did was I glued on these detail pieces on the back, and you just want to copy this. And now what I'm going to do is make these ear pieces and the rangefinder that will go right there, and I'll show you that right now. So I just made this detail piece right here, and it looks really ugly right now, but I'm gonna cover up the corrugation with some thin cardboard. And also this is just a support piece, and this piece will go right here, so it'll cover the hole up and the support piece. And now what I'm going to do is make the rangefinder And also I'm going to make the details on the other side. So I just finished the side piece on this side, but for some reason the time lapse didn't record, so I'll just show you what I did right now. I made this rectangle with the rounded off top, and I added this zero box cardboard strip. I covered up the corrugation on the sides, and I also added this piece that goes at an angle like that. And what I also did was I made the rangefinder for the helmet, which will go right here, and it can go move up and down. So yeah, now I'm going to make the dome, and I'll show you that right now.
Now for the dome, this is that dome technique I was talking about in the beginning. You just want to glue on a strip on the top, and I also added this support piece on the inside of the helmet. And on this strip, you just want to cut out some slots, and you want to glue them together. And on the back, it was looking a little short, so I added a support piece, but I removed that later because the dome was looking a little high, so I just removed it again.
So I just made these strips across the top, and I have the support glued in here. And in the last clip you maybe saw that this was looking a little high, so I just trimmed it down a bit. And now I'm going to add these, fill in these gaps on the sides here, and I'll remove these pieces in here, the supports. So I'll do that right now.
Now in this clip you can actually see I use a template made by RJR Productions. You can buy that on his Etsy store. He has some amazing products on there, so just go over there if you want to buy that. And just make 4 of these and glue them on in the middle of the gaps on the helmet. And just repeat what you did with the main strips that go across the helmet.
I've made a lot of progress since our last film. I have almost the entire dome finished. I just need to add some triangle pieces on the back. I have them right here. And just want to glue them in here like that. And after you're done with that, I'm going to spackle this whole dome and just the seams that are over the entire helmet. So yeah, I'll show you that right now. I'll just spackle the whole helmet.
Now the spackling process is actually really easy. You just want to put it onto the helmet and fill in all the gaps and seams that you have on the helmet, and try and put on an even coat on the entire helmet, because it will make it a lot easier to sand, and yeah, the final product will look a lot better. So I may have used a little too much spackle, but it's completely up to you how much you use. I just think I used a little bit too much, so just be careful with that. For the sanding, you just want to make sure you're in a well ventilated area and use a mask of some sort. And the first thing I did was I went over it with a pretty low grit sandpaper, and after that I went over it with a high grit sandpaper just to make it smooth. And this is not the entire sanding process I show you here, but it's just a little part of it.
So I just put on a base layer of blue paint, and now I'm going to mask off all the details that still need to remain blue. And after that I'm going to spray paint all the other areas black, because that will be a good base layer for the silver, and after the black I will paint on the silver. So I'm just going to mask this off right now, and then I'll show you how I paint the dome black and the whole helmet black.
Now, this is a lot of painting progress since the last time, but now what you want to do is weather the entire helmet. Just use some black paint and some water and just mix that, and put it over the entire helmet. Make it as dirty or not dirty if you want. It's completely up to you. And just paint it over, let it sit for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds or something, and wipe it off with a paper towel or toilet paper towel roll. I don't know, it's up to you. And that's it. You finished the entire helmet. Now I just want to thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And if you have any suggestions on what I should make in my next video, please leave it in the comments below. Until then, goodbye.